Guys, what's up? I wanted to go over why I'm doing push-pull legs, my reasoning for it. I've noticed that I've already gotten a few questions on my log as if like I'm abandoning something, and that's not the case at all. So I want to kind of go into why I'm doing it, and also everything that I've talked about on Camp Jansen from day one is all things that I believe in. But as a coach, I always want to be able to give a sound voice of, yes, I like this approach, no, I don't like this approach. So if there's something that I've not done, more likely than not, if I believe in the principles of whatever that thing is, in this case, push-pull legs, I'm going to try it for myself simply because I want to know for myself, hey, what worked well, what didn't work well, what can we take and improve upon, what can, even in terms of the rest variables, like within push-pull legs, what is the optimal or the best split frequency for me? Is it to go, so far I've gone 2 days on, 1 day off. I feel like it's been great. I feel like my recovery's been great. I'm hitting PRs every session. So like all these things, because obviously right now, push-pull legs is a very popular way to train. But within push-pull legs, I think that we can, optimize some things. I hate using that word, but I think it's a good word in this instance. And I want to know that for myself. If somebody's coming to me on a push-pull legs routine, or they want to try push-pull legs routine, I don't want to be that coach that says, no, that's dumb, But to backtrack, I have made the progress that I've made to this point, basically training everything once a week. At most, training a large body part and pairing it with a smaller body part. So by all means, I believe in that system, okay? But for one thing with me and bodybuilding in general, there is many ways to get things done, all right? People that speak in absolutes, whether it's about a training program or anything within bodybuilding, I'd be very hesitant of that person or their philosophies, all right? So that's another reason why I want to try it. But basically, to get down to the meat and potatoes of it, push-pull legs for me, I wanted to kind of push myself out of my comfort zone. I feel like up to this point, whenever I train, I'm kind of always locked in on one body part, and then for the second body part, I start to mentally fade. And I want to push myself to an area now that I can really focus on myself in my own off-season that I've not previously mentally been to before. So I want to adhere to a plan that's challenging, stick to it, and then, document my progress and see what happens. It could happen with any training program. I think you need to at least give it, if it's a sound training program with sound philosophies, you need to at least give it 6 months. So I'm going to really monitor my progress over the next 6 months. If I look back 6 months from now and my physique is transformed into something that it's not yet been, I'm going to keep doing it. If I feel like I basically have brought my best back, but yet at that point it'll be better to transition back to training one body part a day, I'll do that, But I want to know for myself. I don't want to know based off of somebody else's experience. I want to know off of my own experience. And then another reason why, and this is honestly one of the driving forces and basically everything that I do now, is my family. So within a push-pull legs, regardless of what my week looks like, regardless of what my family needs, within 3 days I can train everything. Versus it was taking me 5 to 6 days previously to get through all body parts. Now, if I have a son that's sick, if I have 2 kids that's sick, if we have a son that we have to take to the emergency room, all things that happened within the past month, that can derail my split, But again, if I'm doing push-pull legs, I'm accomplishing at least a full week's worth of training for each body part within 3 days. So it's feasible for me. It's feasible within my travel schedule. It's feasible, within all these variables. So if I learn this system and I'm able to optimize this system, I feel like within my busy seasons or within my family needs, I'm going to be able to better get my training week accomplished regardless of the time that I have that week. Because most weeks, if nothing else, I can allot 3 days to training. Now, granted, from this point, from the time you guys see this video through March, April, May, I'm going to be gung-ho, going as hard as I can because I have some quantifiable goals I want to get to. My goal is, for now, I'd like to do nationals next year. So something I talked about in a leg video that you guys are going to also see probably before this video is the fact that I need to surpass my previous best. I would say my best to this point was my rebound that I completed up to last year's Olympia in 2018. It's basically been maintenance mode since then. Another thing I talked about is my lack of I don't even want to say the word motivation, but my lack of drive for bodybuilding because of my injury. I don't bodybuild to look good in the gym. You know, that's obviously a byproduct of it at times. Most of the year, I don't even look good in the gym in terms of what most people within bodybuilding consider good. I bodybuild to push myself to new levels. I bodybuild to beat my previous best. I bodybuild to beat other people on stage. That's my reasoning for doing it. So within this structure is going to push me out of my comfort zone, and that's something that I need. The more I'm out of my comfort zone, I feel like the more I better respond to situations. When I'm in my comfort zone, that's when things start to get lackadaisical. So that's where I'm at. I'm excited about this program. And yes, it is popular, but at the same time, like I said, the foundation for this for me is that I want to know for myself within my athletes, the people that I apply this to, the best way to go about it, the changes, the alterations, the individual specificity within the program, how to make it work for each individual based off of my response. If I've never touched the program, or I have a bad viewpoint on it, or I'm closed-minded to it, that could really hinder somebody's progress that wants to work with me, you know? So ultimately that's why. But I think I had a question that I read last night, was something about, Matt, now that you're doing push-pull legs, do you feel that it's silly to have an individual arm training day? Absolutely not. An individual arm training day benefited me for years. And it's still something that I believe in if your arms are really lagging. But yeah, it needs to fit within the greater scope of your whole entire plan, you know. So that's where I'm at right now. I just wanted to go over this because there's things that are hype that I'm fully on the hype train with, and there's things that are hype that I'm not on the hype train with, you know. And in this case, yes, I know first and foremost, Jordan Peters, he's a huge advocate of this training program. He's somebody that I respect a lot, you know. If I didn't think that it was a sound program, I wouldn't be doing it. I'm not doing it just because it's popular. I'm doing it because I want to benefit from it. I believe I'm going to benefit from it. I believe it's going to push me to a level that I've not yet been. And like I said, more importantly than any of that, I want to, as a coach, know exactly what the details and variables of this program are to then apply it to other people to allow them to get better. So that's the reasoning why I'm doing it. Again, just to reiterate, the Dorian style of training, the 1 time a week training, I'm not anti that now. I'm just wanting to kind of advance and broaden my scope of what I believe and what I don't believe. I want to, you know, take away the good from this, and then if there's bad, then at least know what the bad is and be able to apply that in a positive way going forward. So that's that. So hopefully you guys will enjoy the progress that I'm making, or lack thereof, even though I'm confident there's going to be a lot of progress. And just following this new system because it is new for me. So I'm excited to share that with you, all right?